everyone. Hi. Welcome to another session of Sunway TES Late Evening Thoughts. To those of you who are new, we actually have about 8 sessions where we have different hosts coming in and different guests coming in, where we'll talk to you about what's going on in Sunway TES and in particular about our program, the CFAB ICAEW. And I'm going to be your host today. My name is Lai Ching. Hello, everybody. This is very new to me actually, so I kind of feel like I'm a YouTuber right now. Ha ha ha. So, but anyway, I am actually a brief introduction about who I am. I'm actually a lecturer with Sunway TES, and I teach a few papers to the CFAB students, and we'll go more into that later on. But I have a few guests with me right now. So, Roshan, if you don't mind, let's see the slides. So firstly, we have Ming Xiang, who is with ICAEW. He's a senior manager with the marketing and student recruitment. So Ming Xiang will start things off by talking to us about what the ICAEW qualification is all about. And after Ming Xiang's session, we will have my two beloved students, Jansen as well as Tiffany, who will come on and they will share with us their experience of when they went out for their internship in the past, the 3-month internship, which is actually a part of a program that is built into the CFAB program. Okay, so without wasting any more time, let's have Ming Xiang coming up. Ming Xiang, yay!
Hello.
Hi. How are you today?
Hey, Lai Ching, hi, fine. Right. Full after a full dinner.
Oh, wow. That reminds me, I have to go and eat my supper afterwards because of the nerves. Okay. Thank you for joining me today. So, Ming Xiang, I'm going to, I think, pass the floor to you if there is a floor in YouTube. I don't know. Okay. So, why don't you take it away? And I'll see the rest of you, the viewers, back later on. Bye.
Thank you very much. All right. So, hello and good evening. My name is Ming Xiang, and I work with the Institute of Chartered Accountants in England and Wales. We have an office in Kuala Lumpur where we take care of chartered accountants in Malaysia, and we welcome new students, hopefully like you, to take up the qualification with us soon. So, what I'm going to do for the next 15 minutes is to share with you a video about ICAEW, all right, a very brief video. And after that, I'll share with you a little bit of information about the qualification itself and what is it like to be a chartered accountant. All right, okay. So sit back and relax. What I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen, play a video for you, all right, and then I'll dive into the presentation. Okay. All right, sit back and enjoy.
Are you ready to future-proof your career with ICAEW? You can kickstart a journey that is recognized and preferred by top employers globally. The ICAEW qualification is for anyone with a passion for accountancy, business, and finance. And there are several pathways to get you started. As soon as you leave school, you can study for the ICAEW certificate in finance, accounting, and business, the direct route for acquiring the ACA qualification. While university students or graduates could enroll for the qualification during or after their degree. You may apply for credits for prior learning, also known as exemptions, or gain strategic credits at selected universities in Malaysia. What's more, you also have the opportunity to complete the ACA qualification while being employed. ICAEW chartered accountants are highly sought after in any industry for their expertise in business acumen and strategy. 96 of the world's 100 global leading brands employ ICAEW chartered accountants, and 83% of FTSE companies have an ICAEW chartered accountant on their board. You can be a part of a global network of 186,500 ICAEW members and students in 150 countries and work anywhere in the world with recognition from the Chartered Accountants Worldwide and Global Accounting Alliance networks. ICAEW is founded in 1880 with a royal charter and is one of the oldest professional bodies with a long history of serving the public interest and supporting members globally. As we continue to work with governments, regulators, and business leaders around the world, we believe that chartered accountancy can be a force for positive change. We share our professional insight, expertise, and understanding of business and finance to create a world of strong economies and sustainable future for all. Check out what our chartered accountants have to say about the ICAEW experience.
ICAEW carries a lot of weight in the accounting and finance world. And the reason the brand is so strong is because it produces finance leaders who think critically, act ethically, and with integrity.
The knowledge that I gained from ICAEW helped me in my day-to-day work, ranging from financial reporting, tax, and how to adapt into different kind of situation at the workplace. I would say ICAEW provides a very strong and solid foundation to prepare the students for the actual workplace.
My current role requires me to be fully knowledgeable in fixed asset accounting, and the ACA syllabus encompasses all of these and more.
Start your path towards becoming a chartered accountant with ICAEW. For more info or to register your interest, please contact our ICAEW personnel.
Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed the video. It is a very short introduction to what we are and who chartered accountants are. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to dive into my presentation for the next 10 minutes to share with you about ICAEW. So have you ever wondered about the difference between organizations like McDonald's, Shangri-La Hotels, Proton, Toyota, Ernst & Young, Kenanga, Khazanah, and even organizations like Bank Negara, RHB Bank, and so on? The very quick answer is that all these organizations, be it whether hotels, oil and gas companies, firms, or restaurants, they are all businesses. And because they are all businesses, accountants and business and finance professionals are very important for all these business growths. All right. And that's why if you choose a career in business and finance, you'll be in one of the most resilient occupation in the world. So a quick introduction. The Institute of Chartered Accountants in England and Wales, as you have seen in the video, is one of the oldest professional body in the world. We were founded in 1880 by Royal Charter from the Queen of England, and that makes us the top 3 oldest professional body in the world. Today, even though we started off in London, we have offices in China, in Dubai, in Europe, in Hong Kong, Jakarta, Singapore, and of course in Kuala Lumpur as well. A very quick fun fact for everyone: if you have heard of accounting firms like PricewaterhouseCoopers, Ernst & Young, Deloitte, KPMG, BDO, I'm happy to tell you that all these firms were founded by past ICAEW presidents. So if you look at the screen right now, you will see familiar names like Arthur Cooper, William Welch Deloitte, Edwin Waterhouse, all right, who are all founders of our Global 6 firms. Today, we have more than 159,000 ICAEW chartered accountants practicing and working in various businesses around the world, and all of the world's 100 global leading brands: Sony, Reebok, Toyota, Chevrolet, even football clubs like Manchester United, Burberry, they hire ICAEW chartered accountants. In Malaysia, we work with more than 200 authorized training employers, and the good news is that one of our biggest partner in learning, Sunway, 100% of students from Sunway are employed after completing the professional level. Today, we have chartered accountants working in a variety of industry, in different positions, in different specializations, all right, in areas like mining, entertainment, technology, fashion, sports, research, and of course in business and finance as well. So what makes the ICAEW qualification very unique is the ability for this professional qualification to take you places around the world. The ICAEW qualification is one of the most recognized professional qualification in the world, being recognized by many other recipient professional bodies in countries like the US, in Canada, in South Africa, Hong Kong, Japan, Ireland, Scotland, and many more, because we are part of the Global Accounting Alliance. We are also the founding member and part of Chartered Accountants Worldwide, where we also have partnerships with Australia, New Zealand, our neighbor Singapore, Indonesia, Pakistan. In other words, meaning that you have the ability to be recognized by professional bodies in the respective countries. You're able to then transfer the membership and work in these countries seamlessly. And that is one of the best benefit of becoming an ICAEW chartered accountant. So, how do you start and take up the qualification? Well, very simple steps. Uniquely, the ICAEW qualification is not just about taking exams, passing exams, study accounting and finance. It's not just about that. The ICAEW curriculum is very robust. It covers areas of not just accounting or taxation or audit, but areas of businesses as well. And that's why we emphasize a lot on also you acquiring work experience. That's why taking up the ICAEW qualification involves us providing you with the curriculum and the exams, you taking up the qualification, the tuition provider like Sunway having their lecturers to train you, teach you, and showing you how to do well in the exams, and lastly, the employers. ICAEW is one of the few professional bodies in the world where we upgrade our curriculum every year by consulting the employers and asking them what will they want to see in future employees. And we take the feedback and we embed it into our curriculum the year after. So every year, students will learn something new and will be relevant to what the employers want today. That's why to take up the ICAEW, there are 4 parties involved. Now, there are 3 levels in our ICAEW qualification. All right, we start with the certificate level, the entry level for all students. Okay, and regardless whether you come from the science background or arts background, we start you off from fresh. That's why it's called, the certificate level is called the knowledge level. And when you complete the knowledge level, you then move on to the professional level, where we then teach you how to apply what you have learned at the certificate level into the next 6 subjects. And then you move on to the advanced level, where everything you learn in the first 2 levels are then embedded and tested again in the next 3 levels. And the unique bit is that to complete the last 3 modules, you have to be employed, fully employed, not internship, but fully employed. So this is how the pathway will look like if you want to take up ICAEW. All right. Of course, the fastest way and the quickest way to take up a professional qualification is to start after high school. In Malaysia, to become a professional and recognized accountant, you must be a member of the Malaysian Institute of Accountants, MIA. All right. Therefore, MIA only recognizes people with professional qualification. All right. So if you take a professional qualification, immediately you can be part of MIA after you complete all the papers with ICAEW with the relevant work experience. So what we do is we embed the work experience into the qualification. So if you look at the chart in front of you and you look at the first column on your left, the fastest route to take up our qualification is to start after high school, start with the CFAB, complete the CFAB in approximately 1.5 years. At Sunway, the 1.5 years will also include an internship, okay, giving you a taster of what the working life is like. And upon completing the CFAB, you will go on to the professional level, all right, where you will spend another 1 year. And upon completing the CFAB in 1.5 years and professional level in 1 year, in other words, in just a time of 2.5 years, you will then hit the job market and be fully employed before you start the advanced level. All right, okay, and that's where at the advanced level, you'll be working shoulder to shoulder with degree students, all right, at the same time gaining your work experience and completing the final advanced level. Now, Why do we emphasize on work? Why do we emphasize a lot on getting work experience? Because employers have told us that there are very essential skills that employees must have, and that will make them stand out from the crowd of many students who are looking for employment. All right. So employers are always looking for people skills, teamwork, and good decision making skills. Professionalism, meaning doing the right thing when no one is looking. IT skills, not just knowing how to use the computer, but able to go into virtual environments, might be able to do calculations with Excel, learning data analytics. All these are skills that you must have for employment today. And that's why the ICAEW embeds all these skills within the qualification itself. Okay? And we emphasize this where at the advanced level, you must be working for a minimum of 3 years, and that is where you will then attempt the final 3 subjects of your curriculum. So these are some of the employers who will take you in, employ you, and train you to be ICAEW chartered accountants. And as you can see, all these employers are from different range of specialization, ranging from accounting firms like BDO, Deloitte, EY, PwC, oil and gas firms like Petronas, Schlumberger, Shell, government-linked organizations like Bursa, UEM, the Naga National, even Bank Negara. All right, and these are employers who currently take in students like you, future students like you, to train as ICAEW chartered accountants. Okay, so I'm coming to the end of my presentation. So before we end, I'd just like to introduce all of you to some of the ICAEW chartered accountants that we have today. So the managing partners and chairman of 4 of the top big 6 accounting firms. In other words, the executive chairman and managing partners of PwC, BDO, Grant Thornton, and EY, they are all ICAEW chartered accountants. Corporate leaders, some of them very recognizable brands, like for example, the CEO of Mr. DIY is Mr. Adrian Ong, is an ICAEW chartered accountant. We are proud to have Tony Fernandez being a chartered accountant as well, and the former presenter and producer at BFM 89.9, she is also an ICAEW chartered accountant. The top management of Petronas, from the chairman down to the CEO to the group corporate finance lead, they are all ICAEW chartered accountants. Managing director of Khazanah, Dato Amiro Faisal, the CFOs of QSR Brands and Sime Darby. If you're not familiar with QSR Brands, they are the one that owns the franchise for Pizza Hut and KFC. Okay, these are all ICAEW chartered accountants as well. So as you can see, the ICAEW qualification currently stands with many corporate leaders today. Are you going to be one of them in the future? All right. So that's the end of my presentation for the moment. Okay. I will be staying back for question and answers together with Lai Ching after this. All right. And if you are shy to ask questions, feel free to pop it into the chat box and we can address it after the presentation. So I hand the time back over to Lai Ching. Thank you very much. I'll see you again at the end during question and answers. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Ming Xiang. Wow, that was very, very interesting and very, very informative. So, if Roshan, could I have my slides back up, please? Thank you very much. So, as Ming Xiang mentioned just now, the fastest route for the becoming a professional accountant is through the CFAB program, which is being offered in Sunway TES specifically. But before I even go in there, I would like to first, let the viewers know that this is the first of a series of our Sunway TES late night thoughts, yeah. And if you could take a look at the dates over here, we have different fun contents, okay. Like I said, I feel like a YouTuber today, so I'm going to talk like a YouTuber. We're going to have like fun contents and very informative contents moving forward in the next few weeks as well. It's always on a Thursday, okay? Always on the same time as well, 8:30. And the host will be, either me or my colleague Jack, who has been conducting it in the past as well already. So you can check back in at our YouTube channel, basically, to see our past contents as well. Okay. All right. So moving forward, let's take a look at why you should actually choose to do the CFAB program in our Sunway TES CAE. It is the fastest route for someone to actually become a chartered accountant. All right, it takes only 5.5 years as opposed to the usual 7 to 8 years if you get a degree in accounting first, for example. All right, and not only that, I think the ICAEW structure, you would have already gotten a lot of information on that already from Ming Xiang. The CFAB program structure is what that I want to focus a little bit on as well. We do have something called the additional subjects that that is not being offered by ICAEW. It's not a test or exam that's being conducted by ICAEW, but it's something that Sunway TES in particular have created on our own. And these additional subjects over here, and by the way, I am a lecturer who actually teaches one of these, a few of these additional subjects as well. And as well as I'm also the internship or work-based learning, as we call them, coordinator as well. So the subjects over here are created in order for us to be able to help enhance our students' soft skills. So meaning we don't want our students to just be able to pass exams, but we want them to be able to speak, to be able to conduct a meeting, for example, to talk to their clients, for example. All right, and these subjects are tailored to meet those needs. And I think Ming Xiang has already mentioned this as well. We do have all these strategic alliances with the what we call the ATEs, yeah, the Authorized Training Employers over here, which can provide you with very good environment for you to learn, the what you need to do, on the job. And what is special about basically the CFAB structure is that after SPM, once you join us, you basically study for about 1 year and 3 months, and the final 3 months you'll be off working in one of these fancy firms over here, okay, where you will actually do a 3-month internship. And these are firms, yeah, that are actually very well known, renowned worldwide, basically, okay. And they are known to also provide the best environment and work culture for their employees as well. So because of this, it is a known fact that sometimes, if the company is so awesome, for example, it may not be easy to get employment opportunities with them. But however, in Sunway TES, because we have always had such a good working relationship with these firms, that and they also know that we have always been producing accounting graduates of very high quality. So many of our students are very much welcomed by these firms. With I would have some conversations with the HR of these firms, for example, and they do say that they always welcome our students because they find that our students are of very high quality of what they actually like, in fact. Okay, so without further ado, I have with me Jansen and Tiffany, who are actually here to share their experience of working with two of the biggest accounting firms in the world, PwC as well as Deloitte. And let's start things off with Jansen. Hi, Jansen, are you here?
Hi, Mr. Jeanne. Can you hear me?
Hello. What's
Hi,
up?
hi, hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Did you take your dinner
everyone.
already?
I haven't because I'm very nervous, so I'll probably take it after this. Relax a bit, then after this.
Okay. All right. So maybe we'll start things off with Jansen first. Jansen, basically, he's doing his professional level papers right now, and he completed his internship last year. Yes, last year. That's last year. Okay, 3 months with PwC in the audit department, right? Yes. So, Jensen, why don't you, tell everybody about your experience briefly, like which department you were in, or what position you were taking, your job scope, any challenges that you have, lah. All right, and what you managed to learn or get from the experience.
Yep. Okay, thank you so much, Ms. Lai Cheng. Hi everyone. I think I'll just share briefly. I'm Jansen. I previously interned in PwC, and previously I was in the TIES department, where it was technology, information, communications, energy, and even oil and gas as well. Um, for me, maybe I can just share a bit about how's my experience overall after finishing it. I feel very, I would say pretty much very empowered, you know. I think a lot of us will hear very often when people say as an intern, if you go into the big four, you'll do things that are pretty much very routine. You'll do very like photostating stuff. You'll do things pretty much administrative work lah. But for me, it's pretty much different. I went into PwC even in my first week, my second week itself in my engagement. I was treated like an actual employee inside. I was treated like an actual associate. I was given with work that are pretty much need me to kind of think. So in a sense, it was work that was value adding to the team. It's not just administrative work. But also important to note was back then it was during COVID, so everything was online. So definitely it was harder as well. Imagine you need your senior to teach you Excel skills or need you to explain some stuff through online. So definitely it was really troublesome. So those were some of the struggles that I faced as well. But besides that, I feel that throughout my whole experience, I could say very surely that my experience in PwC was very empowering. It made me feel like I'm not just an intern. I was more than an intern, being able to do more than I can actually do. So that was really empowering as well. They allow me to break through my own boundaries, like in that sense. So I'm really grateful for that opportunity. Yeah. Maybe I can just mention a bit more about the interview process previously, right? For the interview process, I think one great thing that I can take away from that was that in Sunway itself, they have additional subjects that what Ms. Lai Ching mentioned just now, thinking skills, so on, and those subjects are really important for you to upskill yourself. For example, it allows you to think more critically, and it doesn't only help you in your work, but it also help when you're doing your papers as well, because you really need to think critically, especially when you're in ICAEW. It's such a prestigious course as well, right? It's definitely tough, so you definitely need to have that thinking as well. So I'm really grateful that I'm here right now, being able to share with everybody here. So if you guys have any other questions besides this later on, please feel free to leave it in Q&A. We'll answer them all. Yeah. Pass it back to you, Ms. Lai Ching.
Okay, thank you so much, Jansen. All right, so basically that means you've been given like hotshot jobs lah, job functions lah, is it? Right.
Yeah, in
and
that sense.
also, yeah, not just because a lot of people when they hear the word internship, right, they would think that go buy coffee, do coffee run, photocopy stuff, photostate stuff, right? But I think with most of your friends as well, right, you actually don't get this kind of job functions, isn't it? You actually do get to do like what auditors really do, correct? Right?
Yep.
So I think there will be words like what you guys use, like vouching, for example. And what else do you have to do? You have to compare certain things. I don't know. You tell me.
Technically, as auditors, we are supposed to check people's accounts in that sense, make sure everything is in compliance and so on. Yeah. But I just want to just quickly add on to what Ms. Lai Ching mentioned just now, right? I think about a lot of people saying that internship are pretty less value added. It doesn't really upskill you. And a lot of people say it's just for the name itself. But I think what really makes you stand out is you taking the initiative to kind of ask for work that are not administrative. So let's say you want to do something particular, you already know what you want to do. You ask the seniors if they can teach you about how to do this or whether you can help in this. And I think that's how you make the best out of your internship. You don't want to waste your 3 months there just doing photostating, buying coffee, all those stuff, right? You definitely want to make the most out of it. Since you already gained the internship, make sure you make the most out of it. So yeah, for me, that's one of the key takeaway as well. Memang you have to be more initiative a bit. Take the initiative and actually move ask lah. Don't just keep quiet. Don't be quiet as well. Yeah.
Yeah. And Jansen, because I already know him very well, he was my student, right? And I know that he was the class rep of his class, and you still remain, Jansen, as the most efficient one that I've ever known. So he's naturally very efficient already. And there was something that really caught my mind, when you actually told, because Jansen has done this for me a few times already. So I owe him like a few meals already, okay, Jansen. I owe you like basically don't know how many meals already. So, but you did tell my students like one of the things that you did in particular, right, for your internship, in order to make sure that your seniors or your supervisors know what you do, okay, that actually really really like, wow, it was very special. Can you tell everyone what you did?
Can. I think it was the Excel sheet, right? So
yes, exactly.
For me personally, I understand like maybe some of you have went through internship experiences. So you would realize that sometimes it's a bit scary where your senior always come and text you, oh, have you done this? You know, what are you up to? What are you doing right now? So for me, I want to make sure that everybody in my team kind of get to know what I'm working on and what I've done and what am I going to do after that. So what I did was I had this Google spreadsheet where it just tracks. Technically, it doesn't track, but in a sense where I update every now and then about the things that I do. So let's say I'm done with this task, so I'll put it in there. So if I have questions as well, I'll put it in another tab and just mention, oh, I have this question. So maybe when my seniors are free, then they can check it and then they can answer me, and then I can work on it later on. So I think doing things like that, it's not only sort of like making sure that they don't ask you a lot, they don't check on your progress, but it's also in a sense where you take the initiative to do more than what you're asked to actually keep them updated, keep them in the loop of what you are working on. And it does not only help them, but it help you as well because it's more efficient that way. You can work in your own timeline. Yeah.
Yep, that's right. Okay, thank you so much, Jansen. And again, you are so awesome. So I think why don't we listen to Tiffany right now? Thanks, Jansen.
Thank you.
Tiffany, hello.
Yeah,
We have a
hi. Hi,
language with
everyone.
us. Hi, we have a language with
Thank
us,
you.
Tiffany there. Okay, now Tiffany was with Deloitte, and she's a bit different in the sense that she didn't go the audit route. She didn't actually join auditing, but she actually joined the tax department, right, Tiffany? Okay, so why don't you,
Yeah.
take this time to share with everybody, like quickly, like what you did and so on and so forth. All right.
All right. Yeah. So, hi, everyone. I'm Tiffany Tan Yong-le. And yeah, I took my internship in July to September 2021. Then I was in Deloitte Tax, and I was in corporate tax department. Yeah. So, what I did was I prepared some tax computations during my internship. So it's something like how you did in PTX in CFAB. And then so all I have to do is to take the information from the auditor financial report and the information client give, and then put it into Deloitte's tax system, and I just key it accordingly. Yeah. So I also did help in the filling up the government form C for client, and then also to amend tax com as well. So sometimes the tax computation that was prepared by me myself or the other colleagues might have to amend because client may give new information or client is unhappy with the amount of tax that they needed to give, and then so I have to amend the tax com. Yeah. So sometimes it's very seldom that I have to contact the clients to request for information if the information we have is insufficient. Yeah, then because I work from home, so I communicate with my seniors and my managers through Skype for Business. Yeah, and then what I learned from this internship is that Malaysian tax it's kind of different from UK tax. So I was guided by Malaysian public rulings at my first day of my internship. So when I'm not sure about the rulings and all, I can check from that Malaysian public rulings PDF. Yeah, so I found it really useful for my FER paper and my tax paper as well. Yeah. Then I also learned that I cannot to be afraid of asking things that I'm not sure of because I used to be really, really timid and I don't dare to ask anything that I don't know. So after this internship, I learned to ask, and I found out that people are actually not that scary. They actually talk to you like you're one of their friends doing assignment with them. Yeah. Then I also learned to how to manage expectations from my seniors and my managers. So there was once that some seniors they asked me to help them out as they do not have enough time to run for their deadlines. So, but I felt that I couldn't handle it because I was new to the firm, and then I'm still not sure about the system and all. So I rejected them politely, and then but it was surprised that they actually understand, and then so don't worry of like managing expectations from them. Yeah. So just wanted to share something special during my internship is that because I work from home, so I do not have to on my cameras and just like we have just normal calls only. So I just find it really good to have wearing my pajamas during my internship. And then the other thing is that at my last day of my internship, they actually grabbed something for me. So I felt really, really warm that they gave me something like a farewell lunch like that. Yeah. And then the other thing is that Deloitte's employment benefit was really, really good. So they actually invited stand-up comedian for us, like a virtual event for us to join after our work. Yeah, so I find it really, really surprised. Yeah, so that's all from me.
Thank you so much, Tiffany. Wow, so you got free food.
Yeah.
Okay, so can I actually, can you share? And I think this is one of the more popular questions that I usually get, like from my students, basically, especially those who like want to go out, about to go out for their internship already, right? A lot of them actually want to ask, like, why did you choose to go, like, choose tax? Like, why not audit?
I didn't choose audit because I don't really like audit. So I chose tax.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So audit didn't really speak to you, lah, but tax was something that
Mm,
actually you were interested in. So,
yeah.
like, guys, those who are tuning in, right? So if you think that, being an accountant or studying, ICAEW, you must be an auditor, for example, that is not true. You can be a tax consultant and then, just meet Tiffany. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Tiff, again, all right, for sharing your experience. And in fact, now what we're going to have is we're actually going to open up for a Q&A. So if everyone could join back in here and, show your sparkly and awesome face to everybody here again. So that, the audience, if you have any questions at all, please do not hesitate to leave it in the comments. So again, I feel like a YouTuber, guys. Leave in the comment section. If you have any questions at all to any one of us, either about the CFAB structure, the ICAEW structure, or about the work business. I think Tiffany has a guest right there, right? Tiff, you have a guest, right?
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
the guest.
Youngster. Youngster. Wow! Everyone,
Hello.
we have like a bonus today. We have like a special guest. Today I have so many special guests and I have a special one. So Youngze is Tiffany's brother, basically. Youngze is actually doing his last paper in ICAEW already. And Youngze, last time you were in PwC tax, correct?
Yep. Yeah, I did.
Right now.
Jansen.
Yeah. So actually I want to pull him and ask him to talk to everybody also. But because he's gonna sit for his exam soon, right? So I don't want to kacau him. How are you?
Yep. I'm doing great. Yeah. So pretty much been studying
Okay.
lately. Yeah. VPT is not easy.
Okay, but you can do it.
Yep.
You have done so well
Thank you,
already
miss.
so far. I can do it. Yeah.
Try my best.
Okay.
Try my best. Yeah.
Okay. All right then. Thank you for joining me. Go study now.
No problem, miss.
Good luck.
Okay. See you, miss. All the best,
Good luck,
everyone.
yeah.
Bye-bye.
See you around in
Yep.
campus.
Thank you, miss.
Thank you. He dressed up for this, Tiff. He dressed up just to say hi to everyone. Okay. All right. So again, I'm not seeing any comments per se here. If anyone, don't be shy. If you have any comments or any questions for any one of us, you can just leave it in the comment section. I think I have a few of my current students who are here as well. Any questions that you want to ask about WBL, your work-based learning internship, you can also ask. Oh, I thought that was a question. Okay, any questions from anybody? So we'll have Ming Xiang will be the expert in answering questions about the ICAEW structure. And then we have Jansen and Tiffany who can actually, there you go. We have a question from Sam. Hi, just want to know how to tackle some tricky seniors. Oh, so who's going to take this? Jansen or?
I think maybe I can go first. Yeah, maybe I can go first. I think that's a really great question because I think a lot of people, one of the key things they face are seniors that are actually not very much they're not comfortable with some of their seniors. They're demanding as well sometimes as well, right? So I think personally for me, what's more important is that when you enter, you really need to know where's your position. Definitely you have to be polite. You need to know your 3 magic words. You need to ask please. You need to say thank you, all this stuff. Definitely you need to know already your politeness, how you be polite to them. And one more thing is learn to understand your seniors first, because you definitely need to know how they are like. Then you can cater how you treat them accordingly or how you approach them accordingly. So I think very much the key thing of how you solve this problem and prevent conflict between seniors as well, right, is definitely just being able to understand where they're coming from. That's number one. Understand what's their attitude, what's their personality like, and then cater your approach accordingly to that. Yeah. Tiffany, you have anything to add on?
To be honest, I've never met any tricky seniors at all. Everyone was really, really friendly and nice to me. Yeah. So I don't know.
Okay, and
If I
for that
may,
question, right?
if I
Oh,
may add,
sorry.
Lai Ching,
Yes,
you
yes,
don't
of
mind?
course, Miss Yang.
Yeah, I think what Sunway has as a structure where you embedded internship into the final the last part of CFAB. I think it's a very good opportunity for CFAB students to actually have a taster to what it's like or the working world, because in another one more year you'll be picking up your training agreement. All right, and that's where you're going to go out and work, and while you work you take on the advanced level. And one of the key skills that we embed into the training agreement is actually people skills, right? Not just communication, right? Because anybody can say it, can speak, anybody can speak very well, but it's people skills, building the rapport. Because one of the most essential part of being a chartered accountant is working together, working in teams, right? And only when you work together can you then problem solve and make good decision making, right? And that's why it's good that you experience these skills early in your internship. And I think the opportunity that Sunway provided for CFAB students, I think that's a good one, right? Just adding on. Back to you, Lai Ching.
Right. Yes, thank you, Ming Xiang. And also to answer that question, right? If you remember just now, which I showed you in the slides, that we do have all those like additional papers that we have, and one of those papers is actually called interpersonal communications, where you will learn concepts, and you will also learn what are some of the things that you can actually like say, or what is I think Jansen, you might remember this is like one of my mantra lah, when I teach that class, right? I always say that it's not about what you want to say. It's about what people want to hear.
Here.
Yeah, is what people want to hear. Okay, so all these like the skills, you cannot just say what you want to say. You need to have empathy, for example. Put yourself in the other person's position and see if they're being tricky, why are they being tricky? Like how can I, if I'm being tricky, what would I want to hear? For example, what would I want people to say to me? So if you imagine that, then you will be able to say the right thing basically to anyone for that matter. All right, so I think Sam, don't worry, we do have this kind of skills and trainings being built into the program as well. All right, do we have any other questions? I hope that answers your question, Sam. Yes. Okay, do you have any other questions from anyone in the audience? Anyone else in the audience? Was there any questions? No questions. Okay, this is starting to feel like a typical online class for me. Okay, all right. Well, if there are no questions in the audience, basically you can actually check out our program structure from the our website. Okay, and as well as look through, like we have a lot of videos that are up in our YouTube channel, like the channel they are in right now, and you can actually watch them and look back. There are a lot of sharing sessions as well in order for you to get to know more about the program, or just walk in to Sunway College, or just call up Sunway College, for example, and there'll be a lot of people there who can actually help you out to answer any questions that you have. Okay, not and don't worry, there are a lot of avenues for you to find out a lot of information. And if there are my students who are here joining us today, my current students, for example, go tell your juniors to check out our videos as well. All right. So I think if there are no more questions, then I think we can actually call it a day, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am very, very honored to have all these distinguished guests coming into my first ever stream. Yay! And if I were to end it correctly, like a YouTuber, I'm gonna tell those who are watching right now, don't forget to click like and subscribe to our channel. Okay, everyone. Thank you so much. There's a comment there. thank you so much, and I hope to see you guys again in our next session. Tune in to our next session with Jack next week. All right, thank you so much,
Thank you,
guys.
everybody.
See ya.
Good night.
Bye.